Running and strength. You want to run faster, you want to run further, but you also want to get stronger and build muscle. Today, these two meet in holy matrimony, and we're all here for the wedding. Hybrid is now here. It's a balance of running and resistance training in the gym so that you get the best of both worlds over a 12-week training program. The thing I love about hybrid is that it takes into account your priorities. So if your priority is you want to run a little bit more, you want to focus on running a bit more, there's a schedule for that. If you want to focus on resistance training a little bit more, there's a schedule for that. And if you want to be perfectly equal, perfectly balanced between the two, then I'm actually really sorry because I don't have a schedule for that. Like, I didn't even think about it until now, which doesn't really make sense because joking, there's a schedule for that. And the running sessions also take into account your experience and your goals. So if you're a beginner and you're still mixing in a lot of walking with your running, there are running sessions for that, all the way up to someone who's completed a marathon. So you're used to running much longer sessions, like 12, 15, 18 miles in training. There are running sessions for that. So we actually have 5 tiers from beginner all the way up to marathoner. And because you get to choose your training focus and your running tier, there are in total 15 combinations within hybrid. So it really is the most customizable training program I've ever come up with because I want you to be the exact hybrid athlete you want to be. And because you have access to my training programs for good, if you get fitter and you want to change up your running tier, you can do that. Or if your training priorities change and you want to be a little bit more resistance training focused, you can do that. You can repeat hybrid as many times as you want and it will evolve with you. That's also a reason why hybrid has taken so damn long. It's been like 7 months in the making because I wanted to create a running program that was accessible but also got you results no matter what level of experience you have or what your goals are. I've kind of been on my own hybrid journey, just a very skewed version of that over the last few months preparing for this ultra marathon. So this has kind of been my research life and my personal life over the last few months. But in this video, I'm going to cover the goals of hybrid, the training schedule, and how this one is unique compared to all of my other training programs because we're tailoring the sessions to your priorities and experience. I also want to talk about what you get when you buy hybrid, so that's the nutrition guide as well, and also a sample workout and how to get hybrid, just, chatting about logistics. And then finally, a giveaway with 4 winners. So we've got training programs, recipe guides, vouchers to your favorite store, and cash prizes for our 4 winners. So what are we trying to achieve with hybrid? What goals are we trying to reach? The first is building muscle and strength. Mentally, it is so empowering to feel strong as hell. But then also physically, it just translates so well to sport and life to be strong as hell. And it also helps with metabolism. Like, a stronger body will lift more weight and exert more energy in a workout than a weaker one. And the second is to improve your running performance and your running endurance, maybe because you want to improve your cardiovascular system and your cardiovascular health, or maybe it's because you want to enter a 10K or a half marathon and feel that rush of finishing. There are so many benefits to improving your running in general. The goal with hybrid is to bring in as much of those benefits as we possibly can in the balance that you want. So I've created what I call 3 training focuses: resistance focus, equal focus, and running focus. The focus that you choose will determine the workouts that you do, and we'll go through that in the next section. So running focus prioritizes running. The real goal is to really improve your running, but at the same time, help you either maintain muscle if you've come from a strength training background, or help you build a foundation if you haven't really been doing much resistance training. Resistance focus prioritizes building muscle and strength while also maintaining a base of endurance fitness. But if you can't choose and you're like, no, I want both equally, I want to progress in both at the same amount, then you would go for equal focus. In terms of running, the basis of our running will be slow runs. So that's like running at an easy, comfortable pace, but for slightly longer durations. And then the more you start focusing on running, like you skew more towards the running focus, the more we start bringing in different styles, like speed runs where you're working with different speeds and you're running faster to help improve your running. And we'll also spend more time in the gym specifically focused on improving your running. And when it comes to resistance training, the basis of what we're going to do in the gym is more traditional hypertrophy and strength training. So the gym workouts aren't as functional as what you're going to find in my other programs like Build or Move. As you push your focus towards resistance focus, now we've got a little bit more time in the gym and I start to bring in more of that functionality. So more power work, more coordination work, but I still want the basis of our training to be that traditional hypertrophy and strength training. So there are 5 running tiers, which I call primary distances: beginner, 5K, 10K, half marathon and marathon. And once you pick up hybrid, the PDF will help you find which one is right for you. I know I mentioned races. Some of you will want to use hybrid as your race prep, and it would work as great race prep, but just a couple tips. The first is make your primary distance your race distance and make your training focus running focus. The other thing to add is that hybrid is a 12-week training program, but don't start hybrid 12 weeks before your race. Start it 13 or 14 weeks before your race so that you can give yourself 1 to 2 weeks of taper to make sure you're fully rested and recovered before you go out for your race. Now, if you have a long-term running goal, which is a long way away from where you are right now, let's say you've never run before in your life, but you want to do a marathon, for example, then you can repeat hybrid as many times as you want, going through the tiers, and you'll see that they're a natural progression. So you would do the beginner for 12 weeks, then go on and do the 5K for 12 weeks, and so on and so forth until you get to your final end goal. I designed the program so that you can seamlessly move through the tiers and you can achieve any goal. So what does the training schedule look like? Like I said before, hybrid is a 12-week training program. There are 3 training schedules depending on which focus you choose. And then within each focus, there are 5 tiers of running, which will affect the running distances and the sessions that you'll be doing. Each week, there are 9 potential training sessions that you could potentially do. Now, do not, I repeat, do not do all 9 sessions. The ones that you do will depend on which training focus you've picked. So our training blocks are, number 1, lower body strength and hypertrophy. So we start off with some heavy work at about 5 to 6 reps per set. And then we move on to more traditional hypertrophy, mostly with free weights, hitting your legs and your glutes. Now, you don't need to worry about it, but in the background, I've also thought about the types of movements and the sets and rep structures that will help support your running, but you don't need to think about it. Just erase that from your mind. It's taken care of. Number 2, upper body strength and hypertrophy. Number 3, full body power. So this is much more dynamic resistance training. So we've got free weights in there and we're moving with a little bit more speed. Power is really important in sport and just generally in real life. Usually when we put out force, we want to be able to do it quickly. So this one's a little bit more functional. Number 4 is full body functional muscle building. So we have hypertrophy to add some muscle to our whole body, but then we sprinkle in some moves that will build your coordination and will train you to move your body as a whole rather than isolated, because no one moves isolated in real life or in sport. Number 5 and 6 are 2 potential run-specific gym blocks. So they're very short, they're only 15 to 20 minutes, and if we do them, they're just added onto the end of one of the strength and hypertrophy sessions. They're meant to improve your stretch shortening cycle, so we use a little bit of plyos, improve your lower body and core stabilization, and also strengthen your calves. Number 7 and 8 are slow runs 1 and 2. So there are 2 potential slow runs that you could do each week, and the distance or duration depends on the primary distance you choose. Number 9 is a speed run. So there's a maximum of 1 speed session each week. This is a much more intense session, either designed as intervals or continuous tempo running or a progression run. So this is a running session where we'll be able to push ourselves in our anaerobic zone. Now I see you at the back there, lifting your hand up for a little question. And the question is, all right, which ones am I gonna do? And the answer is, it very much depends on your training focus. Equal Focus will have 5 training sessions a week. So you'll have 3 sessions in the gym and 2 running sessions. One of those runs will always be slow run 1. The other will alternate between a slow run 2 or speed run. So every other week you'll have a speed run in there. It's also got one of the 2 possible run-specific gym sessions in there. So we've still got that in there, and overall it's just very balanced. When you're on Running Focus, we also get 5 days a week of training. So we've got 2 strength and hypertrophy sessions as your real muscle building foundations. And we also have our 3 running sessions per week. That means we've got both slow runs and the speed run every week, as well as both run-specific gym sessions. So we're really trying to progress your running. And then we've got Resistance Focus, which is, again, 5 days a week. It has all of the potential gym sessions, so 4 sessions a week where we bring in the more functional movements as well, but it only has 1 run per week, and that is slow run 1. Now that means that for all training focuses, you'll have 2 rest days a week. 2. Take them. Non-negotiable. The running sessions progress each week throughout the 12 weeks. Weeks 5 and 10 are deload weeks, but you will see yourself progress as you go on. And the speed runs especially will feel really new and varied. There's such a mix of intervals and speed play that we work with. So yeah, they'll feel nice and varied and very mixed. Now remember, with all of my training programs, I create them to be optimal, and then it's up to you to tailor it to your life. So if you're looking at it and thinking, oh, 5 days a week, I ain't got time for that, let me just stick to 4. You do it how you want to do it. Like maybe you want to spread the workouts out a little bit more and the program takes you 15 weeks instead of 12 weeks. Or maybe there's just a session in there that just doesn't feel that important to you, skip it. And then you've got your 4 workouts a week. Or maybe your issue isn't with the time commitment, you just want to make a slight switch up to the schedule. So let's say you're on Resistance Focus and there aren't any speed runs in there, but you want to do a speed run. So you just bring in a speed run every other week, and then you've got some speed runs in there. Because you have access to all of those training blocks, so you can customize it however you like, and that's the most important thing. So what's included when you pick up Hybrid? When you pick up Hybrid, you obviously get your 12 weeks of workouts included, so your 9 training blocks, so 4 gym sessions, your 2 run-specific sessions, and your 3 runs, which cover you for all 15 combinations of Hybrid. And then you also get all of the exercise videos filmed, and those exercise videos have easier variations or alternatives for some of the moves. Now, generally you won't need them because this program is probably the most accessible program I have, but they're there if you feel like you'd like them. And then also there's a huge amount of coaching tips throughout all of the workouts to help you understand that move in the context of the training program, and also to help you nail your form. And then on top of all of the workouts, you also get access to the PDF. So the PDF is like your Bible. It's probably the most detailed PDF I've ever done. First up, it's going to help you decide on the version of Hybrid that's perfect for you. Next up, there's a big nutrition section on how to fuel perfectly for Hybrid. That includes recommended macro targets, recommended calorie minimums, and also just general tips on how to fuel for endurance sessions. And all of that is approved by Renee McGregor. She's really a world-class sports performance registered dietitian. She's really at the top of sports nutrition globally. And also in the PDF, there's training guidance on how to make the most out of your workouts. So that explains the different training styles, the weights to pick for each training style, the rest times for each training style, and really helping you get the most out of your training so that you understand everything you need to know about your training for Hybrid. Now we're going to head to the gym for a sample workout so you can try it out, see if you like it. This is a lower body strength and hypertrophy session, followed by a run-specific gym session. So no matter what focus you're on, this is always a staple that you'll be doing every week. So that was 50 minutes long. Now as part of my schedule, I have a 15-minute add-on, which is the running specific gym training session. Now, in terms of how to get hybrid, it's very simple. All you need to do is head to my website, www.natachacyan.com, and then have a look around. Once you've found hybrid, I mean, it's right up there, so you can't really miss it. But once you've found hybrid, if you want to go for it, add it to cart, and then once you're in your cart, fill out the details, remember the email address that you used at checkout, and then go to your phone, go to your app store and download the Athlete app and sign in with that same email address that you used at checkout, and the program will already be there for you, loaded, waiting for you to start. Now it's time for the giveaway details. I know we're celebrating the launch of hybrid, but this is also a chance for us to celebrate you. So we're gonna have 4 winners, 2 over on Instagram and then 2 here on YouTube. And the prize is gonna be hybrid, plus all of my recipe guides, plus $500 gift voucher to any store that you want, plus $1,000 cash. And I will announce the winners on Wednesday the 14th on YouTube community post, so make sure you're watching, and also on Instagram stories. Now, if you have already grabbed hybrid by the time I announce the winners, then the prize is even bigger. You get all of my training programs, all of the recipe guides, the $500 gift voucher to any store that you want, plus $2,000 in cash. I just like bumping up the prizes as a way of thanking you back. To enter, it's super simple. I just want you to comment something that you did, a goal that you hit over the last 12 months that made you feel good. And that can be as small or as big as you want. It just has to make you feel good. And this is just your chance to relive it, to feel it again. And this isn't a competition on who has the best answer. It's purely random. Winners are picked at random. This is just your chance to remind yourself. So winners will be picked at random. I'll announce them on YouTube community post on Wednesday. And if you want 2 more chances to enter, then head over to Instagram. The prizes will be the same. And I'll announce the winners on Instagram stories on Wednesday as well. So good luck, I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.